Welcome to Practical Smokers, where we light up in the latest of cigar culture while providing a healthy dose of humor and news. I'm your host, Cole Parker, with my co-host. I'm about to down my cigar, yelling at everybody with my co-host, J Money.
First off, man, I need you to pipe down a little bit.
You want me here?
I want you there?
You want me here.
Okay, cool. It's your boy J Money, man. You know what time it is, man. We chasing the bag out here, man. We chasing the money till the money chase us. Holla back.
And today, we have two of my famous comedian friends, world-renowned, Atlanta-known, Atlanta-living. Another one of y'all running Atlanta, right? We good? Y'all be from Atlanta? Y'all living in Atlanta?
It's okay.
Close enough.
All right.
We have, first of all, comedian Marvin Hunter. What's up, Marv?
What up, man? It's a pleasure to be here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And last and certainly not least, my second co-host, one of my favorite humans and one of my best friends, the world-renowned Rodney Perry. How you doing, Rodney?
What up, Practical Smokers? How y'all doing? I love y'all good folks. And if you're ugly, I still like you.
We don't really discriminate on ugly in the show.
Of course not.
I mean, we don't mind ugly. Ugly is just one of the things, like, we all got children.
This thing, and I said this last night, that ugly people are special. If you think about it,
Literally.
Because good-looking people you see all the time.
Wow. Do you though?
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. I like Mrs. Girl, she was real pretty.
Okay.
I know for a fact I see her face 8 or 9 times in my life.
Really?
But think about the ugliest person you ever seen.
You don't see too many of those.
You seen that nigga?
I've never seen two seals.
Ain't no two Flavor Flays.
I've never seen two seals.
I missed the days where ugly folks had to be quiet. Remember that shit?
Oh,
Remember that? Remember ugly folks didn't talk?
Hey, look.
Remember that shit?
The
man?
worst
You know what I'm saying?
though, you gotta hit your kid like stop.
Yeah,
Stop staring.
man. You know, the ugly folks, they knew they played. They would say shit like, I heard that. That's all they
had.
I heard that. I know that's right. But they don't join in the conversation.
They didn't engage.
Now, equal rights has made it to ugly.
Yeah, nigga, now you
That's
walk
a
to a
damn
crowd, the
shame.
ugly nigga, he the main one. Everybody just rallying around this ugly motherfucker. Like,
I used to be one of the firm believers that the ugly people needed, like, extra benefits. Like handicap. They
should have a special parking spot.
Like a 150 stipend?
So much in life. They should at least be able to park on the first row at Target.
At the very least.
Like a stipend or something?
Just so they wouldn't be exposed as long.
Correct. Who the hell want to see an ugly motherfucker come back 20 lanes down? You know what I mean?
Nobody wants to see that.
Then you got to follow them in your car. You're scared the whole damn time. That's just terrible.
That's very terrible.
You're
right.
But shout out to ugly babies, because sometimes they make it on the other side.
Sometimes they do.
You
don't see no more either. Cockeyed people.
But they got a surgery for that now.
Yeah.
They can fix that shit.
You know what they do? They tap them on the soft spot.
Oh, that what it do?
Oh, see, I was hitting my cousin.
Like a reset.
Yeah,
Reset. It used to work. Every time I hit him, I jump, be like,
It didn't ever stick.
They got the middle.
Right in the right spot, then I stopped hitting.
You don't see a lot of bow-legged motherfuckers like you used to.
But I don't know about y'all, but I fake bow-legged for 10 years.
Oh, we all did. We all did.
You're not faking.
Yeah.
I fake bow-legged so long that I'm bow-legged.
Yeah.
That is bow-legged for real.
But that was the thing. You was a superhero in high school. You was bow-legged back. Don't have waves. Don't have bow-legged.
Bow-legged waves. And run fast. And bow-legged niggas could jump.
All the girls.
They was always athletes.
Like a spring.
You know what we don't ever really see though? A good slew-footed motherfucker.
Rarely.
Motherfucking feet going each way and they walking
Kenny
straight.
Smith, like Kenny Smith.
Yeah.
That's what Kenny Smith is. That's something else.
He's not
That's something else.
Slew-footed.
Right, no.
Look like a
slew-foot is out.
Slew-footed out. Was pigeon-toed.
Pigeon-toed is in.
Snoop like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
How he be walking?
But Crips do that though.
Yeah, they walk like that. Yeah, they walk like that.
We'll say gangsters.
None of my business.
I'm out of.
I don't want to offend
nobody. Blue today, we ain't gonna
I don't want to offend nobody.
Shout out to the wrong side.
Hey, I called you with a Crip question earlier this
I
week.
didn't know what you was gonna do with that. Jesus Christ. I don't understand that language. I'm from the other side of the tracks.
Yeah, literally.
But anyway, we got you guys here, And I did want to have a candid conversation with my fellas, right? Mm-hmm. We talk so much about everything from life, from family, kids, spouses, motherfucking everything we talk about. But because I am not your profession, I tend to not really ask y'all professional questions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, when did you first discover, whoever decides to go first, discover that your passion for comedy, right? Like, truly discover it. to make the decision to start a life of comedy. Like Rodney wrote a short film called The Leap. You know, fortunately, I had a part in it.
Yeah.
You know, and that particular thing, it was telling about people who had to make that leap, the leap into comedy based on the faith of your talents. So, individually, what started your passion, and then what made you decide, you know what, I can fucking do this shit?
I've always been funny.
Okay.
But never had no aspirations to be a comic at all. So comedy kind of found me. I got divorced and bitch took everything.
What's your date?
Everything. And then, so I'm in the military. They moved me back in the barracks. My roommate.
They took your housing.
Bro, they took everything. Dog.
Okay.
I had the car and a couple of clothes, some clothes. That's it.
Oh, shit.
So I moved back in the barracks, and the guy I was rooming with, he was an open micer.
Oh.
And you know, I'm fucked up at this point, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because not only did she take everything, but the judge said you're supposed to split everything down the middle. She told me, fuck you and that judge.
Oh.
So I had to absorb all the bills. So I'm fucked up. So I'm just going with him. The open mics, and I had never been to open mic before, and I could not believe how horrible the motherfuckers.
It was bad.
I was like, if they can do that, I
definitely
know
can.
I can do that.
I know I can do it.
I know I can
And you
do
got
it.
so much added material right
Bro,
now.
oh my God, bro. And I ended up going up there, and I asked the dude, could I get up and to put my name on the list? He called my name. I hid in the back of the room. I was horrified. Went up there the next week, did the same thing, hid in the back of the room.
He's like, I ain't
So
calling
you
Third-
signed up, but you didn't go
I
up.
didn't go up. And then the third time, he's like, you wasting my time, motherfucker. Like, stop doing it. I said, okay. And I got up there, got that first laugh. It's like I hit a crack. I ain't no crackhead, but I assume that's how that shit feels.
That's how I feel.
I've been chasing that shit ever since.
That is fucking phenomenal.
Great story.
And like you yourself, like Rodney, both of y'all have served our country.
Yep.
You're Navy also, correct?
Yeah.
So
Thank you
did
for your
y'all know each other in the Navy, or just happened to work that way out? Okay.
I don't meet Marvin till he retired. And
So you retired from the Navy?
I kind of envy that a little bit because I get out 8 years in, and I was at the point of no return. I felt like I was at the point where I keep doing 20 or get out right now.
Okay.
And so I got out, and I was a good sailor, So I always felt like I would have been a chief or senior chief or master chief. Like I had one of my buddies, he made senior chief. I was like, if that nigga made senior chief,
I would have been general.
I was gonna be
Right.
master
Admiral.
chief of the Navy.
Yeah.
President.
Easily president.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but to answer your question, finding that as a comedy as a passion, it probably comes from my parents, man. They would have people get together at the crib,
Right.
And they would watch. They would not watch, but they would listen to party records. Mom's Mabley, Red Fox, Pygmy, Margaret. They would listen to that stuff, and my bedroom was right off the living room, so I would listen to the adults cracking up at this record. I was like, who is that person on the record?
Okay.
And so I became aware of comedy really early in my life. And then I had a teacher that would let me tell jokes at the end of the day if I shut up. So I was, kicking these Pygmy Markham jokes at the end at school.
Right, you using everybody's
grade.
material.
Yeah, I'm nice with it.
So can y'all share any experiences or challenges you've had as a black comedian in the industry?
I mean, to me, there's two distinct worlds. There's the world of the black comic, the urban comic, and then there's the world of the mainstream comic. And some blacks are mainstream.
Right. Yeah. And some non-blacks are urban.
And some non-blacks
Like
are
Gary
urban,
On.
like Gary On, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I think the plight of the black comic is, first of all, I love being a black comic.
Okay.
And I don't take that lightly. Like I got friends in different cities. They're like, yo, I don't even want to be known as a black comic. They don't like the label.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but the label is so important because it speaks to how dope you are.
Right.
Everybody at the top of the food chain is a black comic. Period. From Richard Pryor on down, everybody at the top of the food chain is black. And no diss to George Carlin and no diss to Brian Regan, people like
Russell,
that.
what's my man? The Indian dude. He killing it.
Russell Peters.
Yeah, Russell Peters.
yeah.
He's one-on-one in his world.
Right.
Yeah.
He's one-on-one. And so being a the plight of the black comic is hard because black people make you famous, white people make you rich.
Right.
And so if you want to be rich, you got to
go
figure
white.
out the mainstream.
Right,
You got to
man.
figure that out.
Not just white, but main. Okay.
Yeah.
It's code switching. They're like you doing your job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The frustration with it.
Right.
You got to do that in comedy too. You got to go over there, and sometimes it might feel like you might be not having to not be yourself to be accepted. And you got to make. Unfortunately, we live in a world. I don't know if this is specific to comedy or this just the plight of the black man.
Yes.
You have to make white folks feel comfortable.
How about that?
Yeah.
And
That's the plight of the
that
black
shit
man.
drives me up a wall. But you gotta do it to get ahead in a way. You know what I'm saying? Just
Bernie
really-
Mac
it's
showed
really
us that though.
frustrating.
Bernie Mac on the Kings of Comedy. Bernie Mac said, "Come on, America! Come on, America! Everybody got a show. I ain't got no show. I need a show." And the thing about Bernie Mac, they used to say they couldn't understand him.
Yeah.
That was uniquely a black issue. They would
Right.
never tell a white cop we don't understand you.
Shit, I couldn't understand his ass a lot of times.
Stop.
I mean, you know how I am with Southern dialect, right?
Right.
That shit is a challenge for me. I came here like shit. I speak motherfucking damn English in zone 4. Like I got a whole new fucking language that I speak now,
We
right?
was talking to one of the dudes the other day, and I'm having to translate for him.
Yeah, 'cause I understand the shit.
You look at him.
I have no fucking idea.
What was
He didn't
that?
have to look at me. I already knew what I was dealing with.
Yeah,
I
like,
love
I
that.
I didn't even
That
look
is
up.
the
I didn't even look up. I was
Yeah.
like, this
That's
dude,
the issue. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
know when I shot my Comedy Central the 30-minute, I on purpose try to articulate myself and slow
Slow
it down.
down. Yeah.
And you go in the comments, some white folks still say, "What he said?" Like I
Right.
can't tell you what he said. I'm like,
Wow,
yo,
wow,
like,
ain't
you know,
that something?
So then after that, I said, "Fuck it." I said, "I'm gonna be me," and then whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta play your drum, and eventually people start listening to your beat.
Exactly.
So because every day is like one thing I've learned about, especially like this group right here. I've been around y'all enough away from everything, just in regular rooms, that personal experiences do give you so much motherfucking.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Give you
yeah.
so much material,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when you have somebody like Cat Williams, right, who is sharing his personal experiences, regardless if it's believable, not believable, true, false, a narrative he's creating, or whatever. If he's starting a fucking rap battle in comedy, whatever he's deciding, how do you incorporate your personal experiences while still keeping whatever image you want to portray, right? Because this image, of course, is fuck with me if you want to. Fuck with me, you know I got it. That's pretty much what Cat Williams, how he rolls with it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you present yourself and bring your personal experiences into your comedy?
Well, my persona is the grumpy uncle.
Okay.
And I'm definitely a representation of Generation X. So the frustrations that I have,
We all
folks
recognize-
they've been there.
Right.
10 years younger, 10 years older. They feel me. So I speak from that. You know what I'm saying? And that usually that works for me because you're gonna touch a nerve. And in comedy you seek a find an emotional connection with your audience. Frustration gets it every time. It gets it every time. You know what I'm saying? So that I pull from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think that okay, based on y'all being in the industry, right?
Okay,
And I know this is a little dated information, but it's still fucking relevant, right?
Absolutely.
This shit is still hitting, which is as far as marketing aspect, it's fucking ingenious, right?
Oh, you talking about the whole Cat Williams
Cat
thing?
Williams thing.
I mean, you know, there's a conversation in comedy right now asking if it was good for comedy or not.
Okay.
And I think it was great for comedy. I felt a ripple on my podcast. I'm sure you might have felt
Absolutely.
the uptick on yours.
Absolutely.
So everybody that's out there in the comedy space felt a little push. I mean, you very seldom do a guy do 50 million, but I think there is also an element of clout
50
chasing.
million being views.
Views, absolutely.
Right. Very important.
Views, followers, everything.
Right.
And so I do think there's an element of clout chasing. Not to say Cat was clout chasing or anybody else for that matter, but you know, you ain't
It's
have
marketable
to,
information.
You ain't have to get earthquake.
Right.
Yeah,
You
so
ain't
folks
gonna have
cost
to
me
lower.
straight.
You ain't have to
Folks
talk
cost me
about.
straight.
You ain't
ain't
have to talk
gotta
to
lower,
the man that can't read. Well, why, man? Come
Right.
on,
But I
dog.
mean, is the truth in it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't be as a pull a book out. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should.
A lot of folks caught strays. A lot
Right.
of folks, Chris Tucker caught a stray.
Right.
Like, you know, like, well.
Shit, Ludacris caught one. He ain't even in
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think Cat was being Cat, but what I think got under my skin a little bit is the public's inability to eat the meat and throw away the bones. You mean tell me you come on, man.
Right.
Come on, dog. Some of the stuff. Come on.
Right. The 4-4 kind of threw
Come
me off.
on,
No,
bruh.
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
Nigga, the fastest nigga in the world.
Come on.
Let me say it.
And then, I mean,
Fuck the same boat.
Cat boat.
yeah, me
Right.
and Cat same age. So
Right.
he said when he said 13 on Shay Shay, but then Willie D said 12. He hitchhiked from Ohio to Miami.
He got into it with his daddy.
Yeah.
Left
with a Rottweiler
with a
puppy.
dog.
With a Rottweiler puppy, $2,500 he got for shoveling snow in 1983.
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
That's a lot of snow.
That's a lot going on.
That's 7 tons of snow.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. In 1983,
7 tons, $2,500
bro,
to buy a Rottweiler?
Bro, we had to cut out my grandma's whole yard, bro. She would give us $1 and some fruit. Bro,
My grandma,
apples and oranges. Like,
Mom, he didn't tell you how many oranges he had?
man. Bro.
my grandma had a crab apple tree.
Eat
I
pancakes.
had to deal with that shit. Them crab apple
Nobody
trees.
paying that kind of money back then.
You.
Right.
Eat pancakes.
Shit, you can't get that now. Shit, we in the realm of equal
Sure.
rights.
That was my aggravation.
My Mexican charge $40.
Yeah.
Right.
That was my aggravation.
Okay. So like, all things aside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you, as an individual, with this being a resounding sounding board throughout social media,
Mm-hmm.
more than just the world of comedy? I know in some aspects you have had the topic on your podcast, Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you've had some topics about it. When you attach yourself to it, were you attach yourself to the run of it, or were you attach yourself because you really had an opinion?
I had a legitimate opinion. I thought I felt like because I had a unique knowledge of the subject. I mean, I know Cat. You
Right.
know, we go back to the Bay Area when myself, Cat, Lunell, we was all in the Bay Area in the same talent pool.
Copy that.
And Cat has always been talented, but he's also, in my opinion, a 48 Laws of Power guy. Like he's always
50 Cent guy.
using those tenets.
Yeah.
And one of the tenets of 48 Laws of Power is garner attention at all costs.
Absolutely.
Whenever Cat cool off a little bit, you just keep watching.
Right. He
Don't listen to
gonna
Rodney
figure out a
Perry.
He finna do
He gonna
something.
get some attention. He gonna do something. He gonna attack somebody that don't deserve to be attacked because they just happen to be at the top of the food chain at that moment.
Yeah. I think my thing was just the public and how they approached it.
The
It
public.
was crazy.
The public.
To me, man.
Oh, the public.
It was yeah.
Right.
How they were, it's like, are you serious, bro? Like some people, the conversation in the barbershops, it's crazy.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You thought Cat was like God. He was like that.
He Trump.
Yeah,
Trump,
and
yeah.
this will kill me. So up until this point, you ain't never hear nobody say any of the Kings comedy was trash. Any of them was whack comics. You never heard nobody say Sergio was whack comic or Steve was whack. Whether or not you like him or not, or you never say they was whack. Now they whack, and that's what you see online now, based off of what they perceive
Right.
Cat feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like Trump supporters a little bit.
Right.
Like
That's what I'm
how
saying,
they
yeah. Blind following.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like if I like you, everything you say right. If I don't like you, everything you say wrong.
And
that's what we ask.
I
Weird.
say this too, Cole. You if you change anything, you change everything.
Boom.
So Cat says that Cedric stole a joke from 1998 and did it 5 years later.
Right.
That's kind of not how stealing jokes work.
Right.
People steal a joke, they're gonna use that motherfucker tomorrow.
Right.
That's what they do. So, and you mentioned that in 2023.
Right.
Like that's 2 decades removed. Are you serious?
Right.
Right.
You know, but when stuff hurt, it don't stop hurting.
Yeah.
So I get it. When somebody steals a joke, that's so personal, man.
Yeah,
Our material is very personal. And so cats just never get over that. And so I think that's what we saw.
But I think I'm watching this. I'm watching season 9 of Blacklist. Right. Blacklist is one of my shows. I didn't know the shit came out with more seasons. I fucking figured that out a few days ago, and I've been excited as shit. Right.
Yeah.
So one of the things, it was a situation where they had this particular weapon that they would use like sound to kill. Go through walls and everything, like certain pitches.
Yeah.
Well, they took down this one cell, and when they went to the powers that be the CIA or whatever, they was like, yeah, we took out the cell. Aren't you glad? It was like, well, like there's one side that's doing it, but there's also somebody else that's doing it also.
Yeah.
And they're doing it without having the information from either side. So is it possible sometimes that it's not joke stealing, but it's just you guys have identical situations?
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That could be a thing. But
I mean, I know it's harder now with social media because I see your shit,
Yeah.
But like, say for instance, my group, my peer group, right? We come up with Comic View, some Def Jam,
Right.
and we're in everybody's living room. Like, you can look at Eddie Murphy and go, he stole that from Eddie Murphy. But there's a group of us that you was watching TV with your mama and daddy, and you became a fan of comedy because of Rodney Perry.
Right.
And you borrowed something from me.
Right.
that's thievery as well. I call it theft by
I steal your
osmosis.
shit all the time.
Yeah.
The gay son shit, I crack up all the time. I personally steal that motherfucker all the time.
Hilarious.
Right, okay.
You know, but I don't think it's always malicious.
Right.
Like I've had through my career, like me and Corey Holcomb had a conversation at one point. He's like, "Yo, man, that's my joke." I'm like, "What joke?" He told me the joke about that. I said, first of all, I don't steal jokes, but I will acknowledge that's very similar. So the joke was that when you see a woman, you don't look at the woman, you look what she gonna be, and you just wait for her to cross your path.
Okay.
And so he had a similar thing. I did not steal it from him. I never seen him do it, to be honest. But I yielded that joke. I was like, you know what, it's yours.
Right. No problem. It's just easy to let it go because you can write more.
Yeah.
I'm a faucet full of jokes.
Right. But everybody doesn't have that talent, right?
Yeah.
So then that's when the thievery does become a thing. But even me, as my friend, I'll be like, look, y'all, Rodney got this joke about a gay son. I immediately give
But
credit.
you gave credit. You gave credit.
I always do.
That's another animal.
And then, you know,
But I'm also not doing it for profit.
Yeah, as comics, you know, our minds is
Right.
crazy. It's always some shit
Right,
going
right,
on.
yeah.
A lot of times shit in here that you never put on stage, you never
Right.
put pen to paper, but it's in here.
Right.
And then you hear somebody else do the shit, now you can't do it no more. Now you have to have discipline. Because if you
right.
formulate this thought in your head, you know this shit fire.
Right.
And then you see the man over there, he just do it. I can't do this now.
Right.
Some comics don't care. And so it's like, so where it come from, and then you get the memes and all
That's a
that.
whole other animal. Because memes be just heisting shit.
Yeah,
Right,
because you know
right.
somebody hear you perform, they go right and make a meme, put it on
Right.
whatever. Now when you do it, hey man, you got this from me. I
Now
see
you
that.
got public
No,
opinion.
that meme came from.
Right. I am the
Yeah.
man. Right.
I was in a situation before to where, because comics sit around, we talk shit all the time, have conversations. Some people are downloading
Okay.
as you're talking,
Absolutely.
and I made a joke around some comics, and the shit cracked everybody up. We was on the gig, and I came back a year later, same city, same gig, same people. That one comic, that was his closer. The conversation that we had in the car that I said, now that's his closer.
But you
got-
never used
you got-
it.
I
claim
never
it,
used
though.
it, but I never.
But he never talked to you about it.
No, but
No,
it was
no.
just a conversation.
Right.
It was just us talking.
It wasn't
But
a bit.
funny. Being funny.
And he turned it to a bit.
And you know, that sometimes you be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying?
But that's also like, you know, when comics is kicking it, you got to go, nigga, that's mine.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you got it. Yeah, I got that.
That's my-
That's mine. Don't
That's
do
just
it.
funny right there.
Yeah, don't do it.
And see, so like, and I'm in a position where I'm always saying something stupid, right?
Oh, nigga, we gonna steal your shit. You a regular person?
Regular person?
Were you a
it's
regular
over.
nigga?
I know my
It's over.
friends
If you
do
a
that
regular
shit.
person, you say some crazy shit. Oh, I got that. I got that.
And
So
I
I'm
get
gone.
it.
I'm gone with it.
I would never have a problem with it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I know I talked to Rodney Wilder like, man, you think I should start writing? He's like, nigga, you do what the fuck you want to do, nigga.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, regular people,
Uh-huh.
who inspired you or influenced you or your style of comedy? Well, I mean, it could be another comedian or just a regular person, but you know.
Like grumpy uncle. There's got to be a grumpy uncle in your family.
Oh, my dad. But I can't lie, dude. Military, the military, no nonsense of
Right.
military. You know, just but my dad and my military service. That you know.
You got PTSD?
Oh yeah, I get money for it. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you got it. The answer is yes.
Get money for it.
I saw you over there. That's why I asked.
I say some things.
Right.
What'd you say?
As far as influence for me, man, it's early on Richard Pryor. You know, listen to those party records and
Right.
stuff, and then on the weekends I would go bowling with my cousin, and so go to cousin them house, and I spend the night. Saturday night, I see Eddie Murphy for the first time.
What,
On
Delirious?
Saturday. No. It's
Saturday
not, it's
Night
not-
Live.
He was doing the pimp,
Velvet
Velvet Jones.
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 And they looked into the camera and said, "But Your Honor, the bitch is crazy." I said, "Nigga, I got like struck by lightning." I was like, "Oh shit!
This is the best thing ever.
Can you say bitch on TV?
Right.
This nigga's amazing."
Yeah.
Right. And that became my inspiration. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, it's so funny because like being around comedians, one thing I always say, I hate when people address me like, yeah, Cole, he's a comedian. I'm not a comedian. I got friends that are comedian. I respect their craft. I just say funny shit, right? I'm never putting myself in a realm of people who I deem as professionals. I know it's not a fucking easy business.
You could easily be a comedian, though.
I appreciate that, Rodney. You said this a lot of times.
You could easily be a comedian.
Some people got it.
Right.
Some people got it. They don't know they got it. They just don't want to do it. But you can, as comedians, we can look at it.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Like,
Right.
I can
that
see
He
it.
running away from
That nigga in his soul somewhere, he a comedian.
Right.
Yeah, he running
I,
away from
I love entertaining people, but I do it in my own way.
Right.
And I do it daily.
And that's the difference, because there's us that have to do it.
Right.
And then, like, I went to high school with Jeffrey Light, and that boy was funny. He used to tickle me every day, all day. But he wasn't no comedian. He wouldn't do it in front of people.
Yeah.
That's another animal to do it in front of strangers.
'Cause in my high school, our class clown was funny. But I tell people all the time, and I tell him when I go home, you was the dude.
Right.
You was the dude. This dude. So I was like, bro, you can do this easy.
Right.
Easy, man. Your point of view, your quickness, you could do it.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I think there's something also where people who are naturally funny think that it is easy, right?
It's supposed to look. It's supposed to be easy.
And I try to explain to them. I said the difference between the friends that I know that are comedians, me and Marcus Combs, rest easy, Marcus Combs, we were having a discussion. He said, Cole, let me tell you the most impactful thing. Motherfucker, Beyonce could get on stage, sing the same fucking song every night for 5 years, and people will continue to pay.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I get on stage and say the same joke 3 times a day for 3 days, I'm getting fucking booed damn near.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he said, so the element of always having to create is the challenge.
Yes.
Right? The challenge just isn't being able to entertain strangers. It's also about creating something
The
new.
volume of material.
The volume of material.
And you gotta be a little nuts.
I would
A little
You gotta be a
bit,
little
definitely,
nuts. All comedians a little touch a little bit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's very
Country Wayne
true.
said something. He said, man, he was so happy when his special came out. He said because a lot of that stuff was like 5 years old.
Right.
He was like, man, I was happy. So when I was going on tour, I could say all my new stuff. You know, so
Yeah.
he did.
Well, you got to go in rooms and work that. That's
Yeah.
one thing I've also learned.
Yeah.
You just can't jump on stage with a brand new joke
you gotta
and
go in the room.
expect it to work. You know,
I agree.
you might have
Yeah.
some ad libs at work, but generally you got to work those jokes in smaller rooms to
Yeah.
see how you build that storyline.
Right,
Figure it out.
And sometimes it might be conversations between other comedians or friends or professionals
Exactly.
to help you really guide that whole joke through a process.
And you know
Yeah.
what's weird, going back to the black-white thing, it's, for whatever reason, is white people are more forgiving if you're up there working out. If you up there stumbling through some shit and trying to figure it out and maneuver, black folks ain't
Yeah,
finna
we
give
ain't
you that
patient.
grace.
I posted a joke I was working on. Like, it was on the internet, and I'm going to Baltimore, and they grabbed it and they posted it. And I looked at the comments. They was like, man, that dude used to be funny. And I was like, hold on, nigga.
right.
Yeah, man.
Still
black
funny,
folks
nigga.
is
That
They
still
done put you on
forgiving.
world's
One
dumbest.
joke, nigga.
You're
Come
the world's
on.
dumbest
Yeah.
now.
That is a fucking great concept. I just
Right.
ain't there yet.
Black
Right.
folks very critical, but that what makes black comics so fucking lethal.
Right, that's what makes them so
You
good.
know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you
I'll
got...
write a passage.
Yeah.
The passage itself, the tough rooms, the fucking combat comedy, it all makes you a cold ass comedian at the end of the day. And then you got to look at the process, right? Your first 10 years is created making. If you get lucky, you got an hour out of that,
Right.
that you can get to the world.
Right.
If you lucky. If you super blessed, you might get 2 hours out of the first 10 to 15 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
But then after that, the world know who you are,
got
and you
going
really
to
got
do
you got 2 years to do it.
Right.
Same thing. You got
Yeah.
2 years, and so that's when you hear about people having writers and stuff.
Ah.
'Cause they get help.
Right, but I mean, also your life changed. So we talk about personal experiences, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like Jay-Z can't rap about being broke selling drugs at Marcy Projects no more.
Yeah.
No, he don't do
You know,
that.
this motherfucker's selling Pepsi,
Yeah.
Right.
the actual company. He ain't selling Pepsi Colas. You know what I mean?
That's why you talk about buying Basquiat's now. And
Right,
all this
correct.
kind of stuff,
Right,
Right,
you know.
which is also money in itself because he's promoting a certain brand that he's invested in. But
Facts.
it's genius.
How about that?
You know,
But
so
you know,
like,
if that's true. But a lot of times with comics, when they make it, not all, but some, they get you. Now you here, you're in the rooms with the people, movers and shakers, and now you want to make jokes about that stuff, and a regular crowd looking at you like you got 8 heads because they can't relate. They can't relate
To
to
none of
nothing
it.
you
Right.
saying, and that always strikes me as like you don't see the disconnect.
right.
But you get up there, you talk about, you know, say your relationship.
That's usually how you get booed.
This person and that person. You talking to regular people.
Right.
You ain't at the Oscars.
Right.
Negroes looking at you like, okay, that's nice.
Right.
What else you got?
Right.
know.
So go ahead.
So we was kind of segue and talking about black people and being in these rooms. Can you talk about the importance of black representation in comedy, and the impact that it has on the audiences?
Black representation. That's a great question. Here goes, man. When you start talking about representation, you're talking about films and TV.
Talking about everything.
Everything.
I mean, stand-up wise, blacks always move the needle. Do we get the same opportunities in TV? It was a time when we did.
Okay.
The 90s were great for television and
for actual
comedy.
TV.
For TV.
Right. They got it Friday and all that stuff. Yeah.
We saw a lot of people come.
Right. Steve Harvey show
became the thing. Yeah. And so at the top of 2000, we go into a strike.
Right.
And the strike, because of the strike, that creates an opportunity for reality television.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to think, top of 2000 to 2010 and 11, it's reality. We don't get on back on TV to 2011, 2009 with Monique's show.
Right.
Yeah.
And we brought a lot of shows back. We brought Girlfriends back. We did stuff like that. And so the question about representation is always something that's under scrutiny in the industry, because it's an industry that's made by and for whites. I think.
Okay.
It is weird because what you said is absolutely true, but it's made for whites, but don't nothing move without black folks.
Right.
We control popular culture.
We control retail.
We are cool.
We are the culture.
Right. We
You
control retail too.
Your blackness out there, at some point, it gets lifted by others. Anytime you see a white boy speaking with flavor, where you think that came from?
Right.
It's just, and so.
But don't you think we give it to him though?
We give it to
him.
We
give it to
We
show him how to say "for shizzle my nizzle."
Yeah,
right.
We give it
We
to
explain
him.
it. No, don't say nizzle like that. Say nizzle. Say it like this. And so it's like we almost giving
almost
it
had to
away.
whoop a chief ass in the neighbor for saying that shit.
Really? A nizzle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get something done for shizzle my nizzle. Hey man.
Right. You know what that
Come
means?
here, chief.
Come here, dog. That ain't what we do.
So like earlier y'all talked about different rooms, right? So as a comedian or any comedian who might be watching the show today who's interested, first of all, we're here filming today at the Patio Social Club and Cigar Lounge, 3150 Highland Parkway in Smyrna, Georgia. But like what room out of any comedy club, like what room would you deem one of the most difficult rooms to fucking work?
That's a good question.
I don't know if we have it anymore.
Not like we used to.
It used to be some tough ass rooms.
Okay.
Like you got bars and stuff.
Well, and how about this? Niggas wasn't trying to fuck with Atlanta. Period.
Because Atlanta, it was just not funny. Was the
Atlanta,
market tough?
It was a tough market, man. And still, Atlanta, like the white boy that got hot, the young kid,
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife said, "I don't like Atlanta."
Right.
And he cut his teeth here.
Cut his teeth.
Really?
He cut his teeth.
But you had to work so hard to get accepted here, and they would jingle keys at your ass.
Yeah.
They would do all kind of shit.
Really?
And niggas would boo you. Nigga, and LA had a spot. Guy Torres Fatuza, who they did a documentary about. That wasn't really a hard room, but it could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I took a bomb in that motherfucker before, and that shit wasn't no fun.
Okay. How about you?
I know. When I came back to the States, I was outside the continent of the United States for like 8 years. Came back to retire in South Carolina. So I'm doing laps in the state, building my stuff up, and I got to the point where I was headlining a little bit, but just kind of South Carolina, Florida. I used to come through Atlanta and stop and just kind of go around. Man, I went to Uptown. I never get Nard recipes. Nard hosts, man. Nard, Uptown was so crazy. I'm in the back looking like I'll never be up there.
Right.
This is crazy, people.
This is cruel.
What the hell, dude? It was so brutal.
Right.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, man. But when I got here and I went up there and killed it Uptown, it was like a rite of passage, bro.
Right,
like
right.
I
made it.
something.
I made it.
I made it. You know
And that's
what
a
I'm
must. You got to cut your teeth. You got to go to these places.
Not no more.
New
Not no more.
York
Not no more.
New York is not to be messed with either.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you just mentioned something, not no more. So that brings me up another question.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about these internet sensations that are gaining such a great following, right? Skits or whatever. I'm not just focusing on any one particular party because it's a two-part question. Because you also have people like rappers who are now entering in to the comedy industry, right, at a very late time. How embracing is the black comedic culture when it comes to these internet sensations and these people leaving, pretty much giving comedy a chance because they already got a following? That's pretty much them all together.
Some old comics, my group don't like it.
Okay.
I personally, I attribute my longevity with embracing the next thing.
Copy that.
The youth.
You got to.
Right.
If now
you're going to be Circus City.
But there's just here's the thing. The game don't change. Actual comedy don't change.
Right.
But how you got famous did change.
Okay.
It used to be you would do comedy for a while, then you would make the transition from television and or film. But now you can get famous right here.
Right.
You pull that phone out, record yourself, and talk to the world. And so those guys that figured it out, you can't get mad at them.
Right.
And they're actually talking to another set of people.
Right.
They're not coming in.
Your fan base at all.
My fans at all.
Right.
Country Wayne is bringing in some people that don't know Rodney Perry.
Right.
It was a time at the Uptown Atlanta Comedy Theater. A vet was opening for Wayne, and he said, "I'm about to go up there. I'm about to show this dude what it's about." And he did. He showed him. He put out all the stops. He did his best shit in rips.
But then when
and them motherfuckers was like, "Blue, like I'm Wayne." They erased that shit out of their head.
It was like Jesus Christ walk on stage. Like who was it for? Like anybody even remember that dude?
Oh wow!
And you got a lot of old heads out here all talking. Can he follow this heat though, man? I give a fuck about no heat no more.
Yes.
Don't nobody care about your heat. I don't nobody care because they came to see that person.
And he speaks their language.
And that person can get up there and take a steaming shit on the stage. You see how he shit? They don't care.
He shit on the stage.
Yeah.
He shit on the stage.
They are fans of that person.
Right.
They don't really care about what he's saying.
Right.
They already fans from this. When we came up, you had to go out in front of strangers, win them over. They show up now, the crowd already on their side.
That's why I would expect them like I don't give unsolicited advice. If they don't ask me, I mind my business. Because why would you listen to old man Rodney Perry when you selling out places all over the country?
Unless you're a really student of the craft, right?
And there are some students of the craft.
The student of the crafts, they do want to know more.
Young Fly,
right. Student of the craft,
yes. Desi Banks, I think, is a student of the craft.
Yeah.
And we old niggas respect that.
Okay, so
speaking of being an old nigga, how have you found yourself to be able to continue to be relevant in the new world of social media and being able to get the phones and stuff? I've seen both of y'all being on social media, so one, I'm happy to say that I'm glad y'all have
old
done
motherfuckers
it.
can go ahead and control
the
the phone.
do it. Yeah. Exactly. And,
Baby, what happens is
you don't have to have no copyrighted no more. It's got Teslas now. So, but I'm happy to see that. So how you stay relevant? How you
I was on social media before into the social media craze. I was a Black Planet motherfucker.
Me too.
I've been
Black Planet
messing with it. You know what I'm saying?
I used to slay Sloan.
Oh my God.
Slay Sloan.
So I mean, I was already doing it. But what I find is like you can't not, because some people that we know here in Atlanta, you get around them youngsters and all you do is shit on them. You can't do that because there's still a relationship game. It's about a relationship.
Right.
And what you don't want is for your name to come up in the conversation and all it takes is one nigga. Oh, that nigga.
negative. You don't want no that
because they're the future.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you still present, you got to, unless you retired, you got to
feel how you feel, but don't be out there. Kicking up dust.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So like you, right? You're a comedy vet. You've been around for a while. I know one of your particular videos that went very viral, right? So when you have that happen, do your peers be like, "Oh, now you this because that one thing happened for you," or are they equally embracing as well? Because I can see both sides.
I think they equally embracing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the problem I see with a lot of vets is, you've had this adulation, you've had this reverence for so long, and you used to, I got this. Like you can be on cruise control, I'm going ahead and kill it. Being on social media is like you going back open micing. You ain't gonna hit all the time,
right?
And so what happens is you get a vet try to do social media, put a video up there. He can put all this effort into. He get 3 likes,
He
and he can't take it,
right?
And then he stopped.
Right.
You can't stop. You gotta figure it out. Just like you figured out comedy, you gotta figure this internet shit out.
Here's the internet in a nutshell. It don't have to be good. It just got to be there.
Content.
You have to put it out.
Yeah.
You have to put it out. Like this is what I tell you comics. I say, look, you got 1,000 ideas a day. 2 of them gonna end up on your set. Them other 98, 1,098 gigs, whatever that shit is.
198.
That shit for here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put that shit on that phone some kind of way, whether it's reaction videos, whether it's your opinion on this, and so young boys came to me because I started showing these girls with the big booties, and he's like, Rodney, man, you better than that. You ain't got to do that. I said, first of all, I like big booties.
Amen.
To a nice dairy off.
Yeah, no shit on my preference.
Right. You know, man, I gotta commend you on that, man, because in the world of BBLs and all this fakeness, bro, I love to see that you show love to the big booties, man. You show love to the big women too. We love all women on Practical Smoke, but you show love to everybody, man. So
that's deliberate. That's deliberate.
I know.
I'm definitely trying to appeal because you look at you got real-time analytics now.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I know who my fan base is. I know who love me.
You get full demographic information.
So you can go through and look at that shit and be like, okay, the girls like me. Big girls like me. Okay, let me go. Matter of fact, there's a big girl button on Instagram.
A big girl button.
I made it up.
Well, let me tell you.
It's called gravy. It's a gravy button.
Well, big booty's definitely in my algorithm. If I want to search for puppies on my Instagram, I got to scroll past 10 asses first.
What y'all feel about BBLs?
So it depends on the industry. It depends, honestly. Like if you into that modeling and stripping, I mean, I think there's a place for that for you to maintain your youthfulness. It's no different than Botox and fucking acting.
Wow.
No different than
Goofier
dying.
than me, dog.
Really?
Because the legs don't never match the ass. You look crazy.
Right. I can see that too.
I said we haven't lived long enough to see people get old with it.
I was gonna say that.
We haven't lived
Wait
long
till they
enough.
get 60 and 70.
I mean, Dolly Parton is 70 years old.
Right.
She had a whole titties out recently.
And she gotta go down her ankles to get her breast sometime for a picture.
Yeah.
Gotta go to her ankles to get her breasts up.
It felt good when I said it.
My aunt was like that. TT, she was like that.
So they gonna have to keep a couple bags in the back just for a couple bags of money in the back to get it redone when they get 70.
So one thing that I do know, like Rodney and me, we really became friends at this cigar bar called Maduro's. Right, you came there a couple times, right?
Yep.
So, matter of fact, that's where I met you originally. About 10 years ago at Maduro, 18 years ago at Maduro's.
Wow.
Anyway, cigar smoking, right? How are those rooms? Like, do you guys sometimes find when you go to cigar lounges that you find motherfucking damn material there?
Cigar culture is growing all over the country. So Atlanta is a cigar hub, like a real black cigar hub in America.
It is.
Black and white.
In the world.
It is.
In the world.
It is the mecca for black smokers.
Definitely.
So I go to other cities around the country, and the black smoker culture is just growing. Whether it's Chicago, Houston, Dallas,
L.A.,
Baltimore.
Right.
And so it gives you something to do. It gives you something to do in every city. And so I like the cigar culture, man. It's always cool people. It ain't never no riffraff.
Right.
And it's always a cool night out.
And now you say it's never no riffraff. Do you see that some cigar clubs are like turning into the club though?
Well,
Definitely.
Of
Like,
course.
That I ain't gonna even lie. I go to a cigar spot to be on my grown man. Like just chill, smoke, have some conversation, shit like that. My God, you go to some places, bro, every day in there twerking, you can't talk nobody. Music so loud, like like what the fuck?
Well, it's also you in Atlanta. So Atlanta gives categories of cigars, spots that nowhere else does.
Yeah.
So in Atlanta, you can have a club that is cigar friendly, has a humidor.
Yeah.
It's still a club.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can just
Yeah.
smoke in it. There's sports bars who throw a humidor in there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a cigar lounge.
Yeah.
It's a fucking sports bar.
Sports bar.
So it's also about finding finding your love for the spot, right? If your spot is more cigar lounge, sit back, they got those out here.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
But if you go to ones that's like the hip ones, well, they're hip for a reason. But I enjoy
And
the
you
fact
go
that-
there when you want to be in that
in that
vibe.
mix, right?
Yeah.
But they're like loud music, and all that. Okay. Woo, we got through that. All right. So, you know, like we was talking about cigar bars, it's different vibes, right? How long have you been a cigar smoker? Let's start with you, Marvin, then we move.
He got me into it.
Oh, really?
Man right here, Rodney Berry.
Really?
Sound like a snitch.
He got me into it, man. And what? Oh man, about 6 years now, six, 7 years, something like that. And
You still smoke a pretty mild cigar.
I still
Yeah,
smoke
we talked about a connect.
Yeah,
How you like that one?
I love it.
I figured you like the 20. You're smoking the 20 acre farm one. I think that's a real good one.
I think the thing with cigars, what I see with a lot of people is I don't try to, but anything, I don't try to be something I'm not. I've been smoking for a minute, but I'm still kind of a novice. I like what I like, and you know, I just do.
But I think that's the core of it. Like what you like.
But you know, we got one friend, and he started smoking cigars 1 week, and now
He aficionado.
Who's that?
We not gonna put a name out there.
Oh, man, come on, we with family.
He went from criticized us to now, well, this cigar's from the Himalayas.
That's the Himalayas.
His cigar's always dry.
From
So he doesn't have the education. He just got the flair.
And that's one thing I like about this show is you give the real deal education how to light a cigar.
Yeah.
Some of the etiquette that we
Right.
have.
Right.
And my first cigars was from George Lopez. I was on the road with George, and he smoked cigars, and then people would give him cigars, and he would right. You want a Macanudo, you know. So it's crazy. I got the Macanudo right now because that was one of the first cigars I ever smoked.
Really? Me too.
He gave me a Macanudo.
Mine had the little gold ring on it.
Yes.
Yeah, that shit was full as hell. Now I can't even light it.
Really?
It's too strong for me.
Really?
I get lightheaded. I be sitting over here like, oh, what the hell am I doing in my life? Shit.
So this,
I like a
this gentleman y'all talking about, please, you know, share our
Obviously they're not.
share our
Podcast.
our YouTube channel with him.
Oh, absolutely.
So he can learn a little bit of
and
something.
he's gotten better now. He smokes more
Understood.
now, but
Understood.
at the time it was hilarious.
Understood.
Well, you know, and like you mentioned something about you like what you like, right? But I think everything is about exposure, right?
Yeah.
You like what you like based on what you're willing to try.
Right.
Yeah.
So like even with me, I started very full body. Why? Avid motherfucking marijuana smoker. Decided I'm gonna smoke cigars. I need something to make me feel something.
Right.
Right? Feel.
Oh, so
But-
you looking to get a little high.
I was at the time, hence why full gave me lightheaded. It worked for me.
Okay.
But then I moved quickly to different things, and now I get flavors and notes and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, can you get the door? There we go.
We're having a funny moment here.
Right. We good. Come on in. So you know, I was just curious, you know, because I know all comedians don't smoke.
Yeah.
Right? Is there like a clique in that family of cigar smokers that are comedians?
Well, those of us that are here in Atlanta, you know, Marvin is one of my guys. You know, we'll go after the comedy club, 2:00 in the morning, pull out our lawn chairs out the trunk,
Right.
and sit down and just create a cigar
environment.
I know that's right.
And so we'll sit, you know, pull our little chairs out. It's a nice day. We'll smoke our cigars and talk comedy, you know.
Right.
And so there's a few of us. I mean, I think Hank might have left us.
Yeah. Hank got on the healthy trip.
Right.
Yeah, Hank might have left us.
No,
But we had a few guys that, and then you know sometimes you introduce a guy to a cigar. You like, you know, I try not to ever give them nothing too much. Or something where they inhale it and be like, I don't ever want to do this again.
Right. This is my last
So
time.
I'm very conscious of that, you know, introducing somebody to cigars. But
And I
mean,
seek them out when I go on the road. When I go to different cities, I seek out a cigar bar.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good stuff.
and I like certain like you got that Queen.
Yeah, the Queen of Now.
I like the Queen of the Nile. And what I became aware of is there's not a lot of cigars with black people on the band.
Right.
That's
And
true.
so I started making a collection of cigars with black people on the band.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
The Lawman Bass Reeves.
The Bass Reeves is another one. They have another Queen.
Yeah, it's
from Protocol.
no, it's from Caldwell.
From Caldwell.
It's Queen, not Queen
Long
of
Live
the
the King.
Long live the Queen.
Long live the Queen.
Yeah.
Has a black woman on the band.
And you also got your NFL players who
Right.
got
They
their
not on the
band.
band. They not
Well,
on the
Ray
band.
Lewis is definitely on his band.
Is he?
Yeah.
Definitely on his
I
band.
need some
yeah.
of those. Okay.
He's definitely on his
Oh,
band.
Josico got a good cigar too.
Oh yeah, his cigar is actually pretty good.
His cigars, I was like,
John Starks was trash. His cigar, I never liked John Starks. I remember I got it from him. I was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna like it because I don't like you.
Oh, that's what
He like, let's take a picture.
But they had a brand with rappers on it at one point. But
Right,
I don't
right,
know
right.
where those are.
Oh, those were great.
Really?
The one with the Biggie Smalls on it and Tupac.
Yeah.
Where is that? I've been trying to find that.
The last place I found it was at Smyrna Village.
Oh, really?
Smyrna Village Bourbon and Cigar in Smyrna.
Yeah, she ain't got none right now.
I don't think so. So if I want you, let's do a walk down memory lane real quick.
Okay.
Right? So I want you to imagine one of the funniest times in your childhood, right? Because childhood actually is the foundation for the guys we are now.
Absolutely.
Like you said, you knew you was funny when you was little. You knew you was funny when you was little. You emulated some comics when you were little. Just anything as relates to something that's a family or cousins or something like that memory that is a funny ass story that makes you laugh even till today.
Okay, so I told you I just go over my cousin them house, and so, first of all, everybody funny in Chicago.
Every damn body.
Uncle, cousin, daddy, everybody funny.
Right.
Yeah.
And so my family is funny, and so they would roast me because I had stinky feet.
You still got sticky feet.
I still, if you catch me on the wrong day, bad. I'm like, I didn't put my shoes on. But so I was stinky feet cousin.
Yeah.
But them niggas used to pee in the bed.
Ah.
I'm like, nigga, how dare y'all talk about my funky feet, and you stood up and pissed on him last night.
Like, not stood up and pissed on him.
Nasty bastard. My cousin though, I love him to this day.
That's hilarious.
And I had to get them to. I wasn't funny to them. For years, like I was just thinking about this last night. I to this day I don't really invite people to my shows because nobody would come see me at first.
Yeah.
And so I still don't be like, nigga, we working tomorrow night.
Right.
If you see the advertisement, you see it.
Yeah.
But to get a direct invite from me, I'm still kind of got some baggage on that. Yeah.
Interesting. How about you?
My brother hates this third. Hey, I apologize to my brother. Bro, we in our neighborhood growing up, we had these 3 Jehovah's Witness girls.
Okay.
And they used to dress like
3 what?
3 Jehovah's Witness
Okay.
girls. And they used to dress like Little House on the Prairie. They had a long dresses.
bonnet.
Like Amish.
Not the bonnet, but they had a long dresses with the little shoe with the buckle on them. All of them down there bald headed. Like they took vice grips. They had to pull that little plait and like the little Tweety Bird plait. But these hoes was violent. They was violent, right? They would fight. They would fight. They would protect each other and shit like that. So they wore big, thick glasses. And so my brother was sitting on the school bus, and the girl went to sit with him, and she put her books down. He pushed her books out on the floor. Now I'm in the back of the bus watching this unfold. Man, that girl went to his ass and said some shit, and the other 2 came. They was beating my brother ass so
You ain't let him jump your brother, Mom.
I'm laughing so
You ain't
hard.
jump in.
I can't even get up there to help. I'm paralyzed. Because, man, they got them dresses, and you hear them clicking on it like you Batman's utility belt. Them buckles clicking in the fabric. Then this nigga's peeping through the fabric, looking at me, speaking to me with his eye, because he couldn't talk with his mouth. Every time he opened my there, hit him. Oh, my God, bro.
Hilarious.
That was the funniest shit ever in life, man. He went to my mama. He helped me. Hey, man. Hey, I couldn't get to you, dog.
Both of them, I
paralyzed,
didn't want my
bro.
ass beat also.
I was paralyzed. Man, it was
If
so
you get jumped by
funny.
girls, is that like
You can't fight
don't help?
back.
You can't help. You can't
Right.
help.
Just run.
Well, most motherfuckers went up there. It wouldn't matter, but
Right. But it don't sound like they would have cared.
I love foolishness.
Right.
That's part of my shit. Like, my wife hated it. I love some stupid shit.
Right.
Because if some stupid shit happen, we stop it. I don't care what the fuck. I'm gonna watch
You watching
it. Nigga, I'm horrible in church. I'm horrible in church.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Stupid
They
stuff
the worst,
happen.
ain't they?
Oh, I'm gonna laugh.
Oh, out loud.
I'm so childish, dude. I'm beyond childish, man. My wife be hating that shit because just don't tell me about it.
Right.
Because I'm gonna laugh.
You gonna
It's
give
over.
a full laugh.
I'm on full. I had to get up and I had to walk out of church. I don't know how many times, man. Some stupid shit happened. I gotta get up.
Hilarious.
I gotta get
Yeah,
up.
I'm childish too, cause like old girl, heard it all before. What's her name?
Yeah, the song heard it all before. Not a Dina Howard.
No. But
shit.
anyway, forget it.
Yeah.
I don't came
She
home
did. She,
late.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Eat the sun. I don't know. That's it. We got
Like
it.
my shoulder.
There you go.
Anyway,
I'm gonna get in there.
so she do a
Jill Scott?
a video. No, not at all.
Just how about nobody? It's not important.
So she's doing a
Heard it
video
all.
on social media, and she got a little top on with like it was kind of open, and her nip kind of slipped a little bit.
Hey.
Well, I watched that video 1,000 times.
Man, how did the nipple look though? Was it a good nipple?
And so I got a
Look at him just looking at the camera.
hey, I got a homeboy, right? And you know we all got homeboys, you know, that where they still the same place where they were back in the day, you know what I'm saying? So my man ended up marrying this special ed chick, cause she get a check, right? So my man bring her around us. Like, why would you do that?
Oh.
Why would you bring her around the fellas? Now with him bringing her around,
That's so awesome.
It was some shit. Some shots eggs. We was shooting somewhere and he hopped in the car. It was a weird way where they ended up at a fucking cigar bar with us.
Oh,
and
no.
he had to kind of direct it like, sit down here, get up, move. Bruh.
That is stupid.
Bruh.
And are they still together?
Y'all holler.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true love.
Bruh, my insides was about to explode. And I remember my wife said, that ain't funny. That's who he look, bruh. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. He know damn well you can't bring that girl around all these fools.
Right.
Can't do it.
You can't do that, man.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God, bruh. So I just like foolishness, man. I like
You have a funny childhood story?
I definitely got one.
Okay.
It was Halloween time. My brother had this. He got this mask. You know, it was a cool thing. You go get masks. They wear them in school and shit, right? So I'm like, bro, don't fuck with me with this mask on, man. You know. So I'm in the back. I'm watching basketball, chilling. He come back there with the mask on, and he walking up to me like he mummified, and I'm like, bro, stop fucking around, stop playing. And he's doing this little Michael Jackson move and walking up and growling. And I didn't know, man. Something just went over me. I stood up and I said, stop fucking with me, man. And he came closer and I hit him with a right and he fell. And so we talk about that all the time.
Because you were really scared.
Oh, I thought he was really possessed.
Like you still
I thought he was possessed.
you still scared.
You got,
Can I tell you one more now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell you one more now. Bro, this shit just popped in my fucking mind. Man, I had this friend, we growing up. We used to go over to this mother's house and play video games. Man, he had one of them mamas. And there's always one of them mamas in the hood. Bruh, she would walk through the house with no top on.
Yeah.
Nigga, she walked out there with her titties swinging and we was playing video games. And this nigga looked there and said, Mama! Nigga, I'm crying. I'm crying laughing.
Because titties everywhere.
His embarrassment was the best thing I ever seen. His face, man.
Goodness gracious.
I'm thinking about this shit now. He was horrified.
Damn.
And his mama didn't give a fuck.
Was she a good looking woman?
Hell no. But she, but
the titties look nice.
But she,
You gotta count the
didn't
titties.
care.
Right.
We lit boys to her. Like
Right.
she didn't give a fuck.
Can I
She
share
in our house.
something with y'all?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
This sounds bad already.
so I'm a little boy, and I was kind of discovering myself.
Okay.
And one of my first jack-offs
One of your first jack-offs. Okay.
to Aretha Franklin album cover.
Nigga,
No, sir. Aretha
the one
Franklin.
with the titties, the see-through titties.
Nigga, yes.
Yeah. Oh.
I was like, I know it ain't right. I know it ain't right. I'm like, why are you looking at Aretha Franklin?
But did you have the album playing at the same
Did
time?
beat off the Riri.
Right, was the album playing?
I don't think I had the wherewithal to do it.
Ah,
But let me tell you something.
you got a
Rest
good
in
one.
peace, Miss Aretha.
You
Do
got a
you
good
always
one.
think of that when she come on the radio?
Ain't no thing.
But that's the thing with comics, man. We download all this shit, bro.
Right.
Like, it's crazy, dog. Like, ain't no room in our brain for nothing else, man. We just fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying? I just love silly shit.
Man,
Right.
one time, man, I turned a Jehovah's Witness to a Christian, man, but that's for another story.
Okay, Erica Badu. So me as a child, so like I went to go live with my grandma and them at a real young age, right? So I'm like 5, 6. And my grandma, I got an aunt who lives with my grandma who's special needs, right? She's retarded. Let's be honest, okay? She's retarded, right? She got thrown.
Can't say the R word.
retarded.
Can we say that?
Cancel compliance officer.
Can
I can't. Okay, I pull it back. Okay, I pull it back. Let me start over. So when I was a kid, right? Got to start over. When I was a kid, I went to go live with my grandma at a young age, like 5 or 6. So I had a special needs auntie.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And she had thrown out the car. They got hit by a DUI, a drunk driver, thrown out the car in a coma. So physically,
Before she was
wasn't
special
that
needs,
bad.
or that's how she got special?
That made it special, like 4 or
oh,
5 years
okay,
old.
all right.
So my grandma, this is the days of real food stamps, the booklets. We all owned up to the books.
Yeah.
No credit card.
So my grandma like, all right, look, here, baby, here go the list of stuff I need y'all to get, and gave my aunt the food stamp books. Well, why? Because my aunt can't read, so I'm in charge of the grocery shopping. Me and my aunt go, we go aisle by aisle. I'm getting everything my grandmama say, aisle by aisle, aisle by aisle. We get to the register, and it's time to pay. So I was like, yes, ma'am, hold on. I look at my aunt, like, auntie, go ahead and pay. She got a handful of individual multi-denomination food stamps and put in a lady's hand. The lady looked down and said, look, I can't take this.
It got to be in the book.
It's got to be attached to the book, anything but a single. So I look at her, I'm like, ma'am, look, you see what I'm dealing with, right?
How old are you?
I'm like 5 or 6.
Wait, you 5 or 6 and your grandma sent you to the store with your special needs?
Yes.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, ma'am, look, 2 things. If you send me home with her, my grandma gonna whoop our ass first. And then I'm gonna tell her what aisle you was on. And you gonna catch something fucking smoke too. So I advise you to figure out a way to make this happen.
Hilarious.
Long story short, she made it happen for us. We got back, and I just hold that story forever. But she definitely ripped all the. It was $100-something worth of food, and they was all already out the book.
Why is the inappropriate shit funny? What is that tickles our funny bone? The shit we not supposed to laugh at.
Oh, for sure.
That be the funniest shit.
Because we find humor in everything.
Yeah,
man.
And we just twist it, man.
Yeah, man. And so now we so sensitive, so politically correct. They don't want you to laugh at nothing, bro. Like,
Right.
bro,
Do you think that's affecting comedy overall? This whole politically
I
correct
think
world?
so, because what I'm finding now, and I'm not even gonna lie, it fucking makes my ass itch violently.
Okay.
You got comics who do it now.
Is that why you keep scripting like
other
this?
comics fucking judge other comic shit and sailor shit. Like, shut the we comics.
Right.
This is what we do. We from the young age in school, class clown, laughing at shit we ain't supposed to laugh
Always.
at. Now your bitch ass is up here. Now you grown, you a comic. You get to critique other comic shit.
They want to put limits.
Ain't no. It's certain shit I wouldn't talk about, but ain't no such thing as a subject that's off limit if it's funny.
Right.
You got to make it funny. I might not say it, but you got to make it funny.
I don't know, Marvin, man. I just said some stuff, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I regret, dog.
Cole don't go to funerals, but worst place to sit
go
with
to
me,
funerals.
You sit with me at a funeral, oh, we gonna be laughing, bro. Cause you always find something. You
I
always
laugh at
find
everything.
something. Somebody gonna get up and talk about the person in the casket, how they is quote unquote they side piece, and it's gonna happen, man.
Okay, take it. You go funeral. I'm gonna play my big joke on your funeral.
Okay, all right.
So, I eulogize my mom.
Oh, okay.
So my mother passed. I'm doing her eulogy. I wouldn't have nobody else do it. I did. And so, I do a great job. I'm a performer. I did a great job. Afterwards, people, like, man, brother, you did a great job. Your mom be proud. The pastor comes up to me. He's like, brother, first of all, your mother would be so proud. The job you did today. Say, brother, don't take this the wrong way, but are you available to come back and play our gala in 2 weeks? I got pissed.
Oh, wow.
Like, what the fuck, man? You want me to? You try to fucking book me at my mother funeral, nigga? How dare you? Nigga, how much?
Right. So we got a audience question today.
Okay.
All right. What's the question, audience?
All right, Dick Gregory is one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Indeed.
Okay.
I feel like he sacrificed his career for our culture.
He
He had a
did.
very promising comedic career, but he decided to go into a different direction.
He became
Our
activist.
culture.
Yeah.
Right. So, what do you guys think about the great Dick Gregory back in those early days?
I had the pleasure of like, I did radio in LA for a period of time, so I had the pleasure of sitting with Dick Gregory and talking to him. And when I tell you this, he was still funny. Like, Dick Gregory had jokes.
He's still funny. Yeah.
He ain't funny no more, nigga dead.
Oh,
But
he is.
Dick Gregory,
It must have been a Bahamian diet.
Where you been?
he gone.
You got it.
Yeah. Everybody gonna get out of here whether you're healthy or not.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dick Gregory was I found him to be a really good comedian though, and toward the end, I actually interviewed Dick Gregory and Paul Mooney together.
I remember that was
tell
awesome.
you, them two niggas cussed me out.
They got you out.
Them two old niggas, they had dementia or something. Them niggas didn't know what day it was. Them niggas cussed me out together. Nigga, I got it on tape somewhere.
That's awesome.
It's tricky. I really respect. I've been around Dick Gregory. I really respect what he did. I think is comedians are the truth tellers. We are the truth tellers. Now, the last fucking bastion of fucking truth comes from comedians. They trying to squash it now. I don't know if a Dick Gregory could exist now, and that's sad. I deal with a lot of that on my page because I'm real passionate about a lot of politics and our culture and you know, and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I get penalized for it on social media, you know what I'm saying, all the time, you know. And it's really hard to find it's hard to find a balance, bro. You know, I went to a brand manager and they stay away from the politics, but that's who I am, bro. I'm passionate about this shit. So, you know, but it's not conducive to you must be neutral.
Right.
Everybody who succeeds on social media is neutral.
Right.
If you unless somebody already made it and now you got the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult to have an opinion, you know, and be funny today. You know what I'm saying? If you not already here.
So with that being said, is there like any advice or suggestions? I know you say you don't really give advice, but is there any advice, suggestions for young comedians or someone who's interested, even at an older age, to go into comedy? Do you have any advice for them for things that they may have to face, things they should have to consider, things like that?
Floss daily.
Well, I mean, that's stuff I'm supposed to say. I mean, that's the real shit. I'm supposed to say, find a stage, get on it. I don't care. Just get on stage, repetition. But now, man, get on your phone, bro.
Get on your phone.
Get on your phone, bro. And then some advice that this man right here gave me that I took with me, you know, always play to your audience. Get out of your head and play to your audience. Dude, the same set I do, I can do at Uptown. I do that in church. I just take the cussing out.
Right.
Yeah.
Just be you.
Right.
All the time. I used to be one of them comments. I got a set for white folks. I got a set for church. I got a set for this. Hey, damn all that.
You just change your words.
Too much work to adjust like that.
Too much work. It's too much work. Just do you. You know what I'm saying? And then people who fuck with you, they'll find you. They'll gravitate to you.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, my advice is always this: whether it's comedy or whatever your life's endeavor is, find what you love to do it, and don't quit. If you the only way you lose the game is to quit.
Right.
If you keep going, no matter how slow or fast you're going, you're gonna get somewhere.
Right.
And so find what you love to do it, and don't quit.
And my advice is, man, you know, if you ain't married, man, or you know y'all ain't engaged, man, pull out. Pull out.
So says the old man with a young baby.
With twins. Nigga with the super sperm.
All right.
Up the club.
Right. Well, first of all, thank y'all so much for coming here, smoking and chilling with us at Practical Smokers, man. You know, I appreciate both of y'all.
I'm not leaving.
Well, you ain't got to leave, but we gonna get off the camera. But how? You know what you got going on, Marvin, and how can people find you on social media?
I'm just getting over knee surgery, so I'm back outside. I'll be at Horseshoe Casino this weekend with Ricky Smiley.
Okay.
And then I got to do a Valentine's Day show at the Improv Event Center in Pensacola, Florida. After that, man, so I'm slowly getting back. I'm stepping and dragging onto the stage.
Love it. How can they find you?
Get at me at comedian Marvin H1. That's comedian Marvin H1 on Instagram, and same thing on TikTok and Marvin Hunter's fan page on Facebook.
Love it. And RP, what you got going on, man?
I'm easy to find. Rodney Perry Live on all social media. I podcast, I create, I produce, I do an improv workshop. So if you want to know anything about Rodney Perry stuff, go to the website rodneyperry.com. And coming down the pipe, I mean, I believe in staying connected. I'm just working. You know, I'm working all the time. I got movies coming out, TV stuff coming out, and we just keep creating great stuff.
Love it. Are you gonna put The Leap on Tubi?
I don't know. I hadn't even thought about that.
You should.
I hadn't even thought about that.
You should.
I mean, it's not a full-length movie, though. It's only like 30 minutes.
They don't care on Tubi.
Tubi
don't care. I might as well. Might as well
get more.
I just got to check for one of my comedy things that was 12 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you know I'm your stunt man, so you know I'm trying to get paid too. So I want to put that thing on Tubi, man.
Hey, you way too handsome to be my stunt. Like why the nigga get cute all of a sudden? Who the fuck?
Man, Tubi don't care.
Right, they don't care at all.
It be a dark skinned dude, it be a light skinned dude.
Right, it be like I Viv on Fresh Prince. They don't give a damn. Right. How about you, Jay? How can we find you, brother?
And you can find me on Instagram at JDMoney1000. You also find me on X at JDNero.
On what?
Twitter.
Oh, X. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
Threads.
some porn site.
Oh, no. I'm not giving out.
It's not always porn, Rodney.
If I said X, nigga.
It's definitely porn. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank y'all again once again for coming and join us, man. We had a great time.
How we find you, Cole?
Man, I'm real simple, man. Everything is at Cole D. Parker. You know, I'm real simple. You can find me on Rodney Perry Live sometimes. You know, it's always a good time kicking it with y'all. I'm glad that, you know, our viewers got to see us really. This is really what we do.
Right.
We just got fucking mics, cameras, and lights.
No doubt.
You know, this is really what we
Red
fucking
Fog.
do.
This is
Really
hype.
shit.
This is really
Appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Appreciate
really
it.
is, really is.
But make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Practical Smokers, on Instagram at Practical Smokers. Therefore, stay humble, stay blessed, stay lit. We out.
Peace.